Hello, welcome back to the channel. My name is Talon, and this is Let's Play Pillars of Eternity, the Complete Edition. When we last left off, Talon, their hero, has wandered into the village of Gilded Vale, spoken with a magistrate, discovered that Lord Raedric has practically gone mad, killing nearly all of the residents in the Gilded Vale by hanging those who have bared a hollow-born child, which is a soulless child. Wandered off towards the Black Hound Inn, which he found the wizard Aloth, who was causing trouble with a couple of locals. Got into a fight with the drunks, had to practically beat them up, and now Talon and Aloth are buddy and going to go on adventures. We've wandered through the tavern, looting stuff. I did that off screen. I'm sorry about that. Let's go see what we can do. So, before I continue throughout the door, I did get some feedback that I'm a little quiet. I'm terribly sorry. My headset is not the greatest. I will try and get a upgrade hopefully soon. If there's any other feedback or concerns, please let me know. I will definitely try and address them as fast as possible. Building a single one-handed weapon with no shield confers an accuracy bonus to every attack. Oh, good to know. Sorry about that. Come on. Loading. There we go. Out the door we go. And Space Piggy shows up. I like the Ghost Pig. We will go this way. Talon, when we took a rest at the inn, had a dream of the Gallow trees with a dwarven woman who has been hanging in the tree that now he would like to see. Apparently this woman is an animancer, someone who can also help look into your souls. So we're gonna go see if we can find her. Beneath the vines are crude carvings of a sun rising over 3 stars. This must have been a temple. And we will wander this way. And for some reason not have the camera. Come on. I have this trouble every time.
The better part of valor.
There we go. Not sure why it wasn't working. We're gonna go. Scattered between the roots are bracelets of twine and bead, wilting flowers and notes half erased by the rain. And I'm guessing the glowing woman is the dwarf, so we're gonna talk with her. The squat, destined body of an elderly dwarf woman dangles from a thin, crooked bow that sags at the tug of her noose. The bloated purple flesh of her neck, worn away in patches like moth-eaten linen, bulges over the rope that supines her, and her lifeless head lolls forward rigidly from one side to the other when the breeze shifts. Ugh. That's, You perceive a faint glow around her that casts no light on its surroundings, but there is a tepid warmth to it, and you feel somehow that you could reach out and touch it, not with your hands, but with some aspect of yourself that has no worldly dimension. We're going to reach out. Yeah, reach out for the woman. You take a deep breath, clearing your mind, focusing on your objective. As you exhale, you feel yourself spreading out towards the hanging woman. Sorry, I got a bit of a cold. Perceiving all that lies between you and her with new, unfamiliar awareness. Once you expanded enough to reach her, there is a sudden jolt to your mind and a ringing electric surge of images and words and sounds. I don't understand why they didn't just put commas there, but whatever. Involuntary, you shut your eyes and feel yourself being pulled down to some deeper consciousness in a space occupied only by you and the hanging woman. And when you open them again, she is staring at you with eyes clouded in a milky fog, her body still swaying in the wind. You no longer feel from the tree that stands planted in the misty void. The woman gives a slow nod of her head, the rope creaking as she does so. She smiles at you. Hi, creepy woman. Oh, goodness, what are you going to tell me?
Have you come here for me, dear? Or have you gotten lost? Ah, it is both, I think. Yes?
Oh, goodness. Am I imagining this?
No, I think not. A pity that. It would be simpler. A mercy, even. To not have to wander anymore, no? Alas, we are here, you and I. Wherever here may be.
If you don't know, I don't know. I need to understand something that has happened to me. She nods, a look of pity on her face as though consoling a child.
The world looks a little different than it used to, is that it? Feels like you're noticing things for the first time that have always been there.
No, they haven't. The ghost that walks by me, I've never seen that before. It's not been there, it just showed up right now.
You have seen past the shroud. It only takes an instant. Your soul remembers, yes? Remembers how it sees when it leaves the body, like being reminded of a dream you had forgotten. You are a watcher now, and a watcher you will stay.
What on earth is a watcher? What's a watcher?
What indeed? Long hours have many animancers spent studying such things. Not I, though. Not I. I'll tell you what I know, though, since fair is fair, and here we are visiting, you and I, and it reminds me of better times.
Well, at least she's happy in the void, swaying lifelessly. Anyways, that's a horrible image.
Souls pass on. Some say through Audra stones, which are the blood veins of the world. They leave the world for a time and are reborn into it, sometimes more than they were before, but usually less and seldom the same. For all souls there is a time where they do not live, yet have not passed on, and those souls roam the world, same as you or I, either living or lost. But no one sees them because they have forgotten how.
Interesting.
A watcher sees, though, knows what to look for. And sometimes they know a person just by looking at them, know where they've been in ages past when their bodies were other bodies. See memories even their owner can't recall. A wonder to behold when all goes well. A wonder!
Wait, what do you mean when all goes well?
Oh, nothing to be afraid of, I'm sure. It's just much to take in for some. Sometimes there's trouble sleeping or other difficulties.
She smiles at you reassuringly, fanning out the tuft of long whiskers that sprout from one of her cheeks. Wait, there's gotta be others. There's something you're not telling me.
You should see old Meerwald. He could tell you much more than I. A watcher just like you. Helped many in his day. Took up in an old keep no one would claim. Not far, not far. Kadnua, beyond the Black Meadow. He will welcome the company.
Since I'm talking to a dead woman in a tree, I think you should know that I survived a Biowick. Do you know why that would be?
Did you now, dear? My, that would be something, wouldn't it? Could be luck, could certainly be. A storm can be a careless thing. Or maybe it got its hands around your soul but couldn't pick it up. A soul can be heavy if it stayed in one piece through its time. Strong souls, we call them in the trade. Cold, I mean. Called them. Those days are all behind me, no?
Sure, they might be behind you, but now that it's ahead of you, could you choose something other than strong souls? Like, that's not really something you could say that we called them. Anybody would call it if it's strong enough to stay in your body. Come on. I guess I'm nitpicking. You say souls break apart over time?
Oh, yes. Entropy. Rimagan's work. We know little of why or how. We lose pieces of ourselves when we die and pick up pieces of others when we are born again, but less than what we lost. We tried to stop it with the animantic sciences, but with little success. No. A very small few resist Rimergan's influence and stay together through some force of defiance, at least for a time. But they all succumb eventually, I think.
Well, okay. I mean, I could continue and sit here and talk to her. It's probably something she wants, even though she's dead, so... Yeah, we're not going to do that, and I'm not going to ask her how she's able to speak with me. I mean, I am obviously talking to a dead woman, so I probably shouldn't even wonder about that. I've also survived a Biowick, a deadly beetle bite, whatever the heck that that giant apparatus was. I mean, I've survived a lot, but we're not going to call it the main hero syndrome yet. Anyways, farewell. Good luck in the afterlife.
Goodbye, my dear. It was lovely visiting.
Kaldara closes her eyes and her head slumps forward over the noose, and your surroundings seem to bleed into your vision from some unknown place of waiting. I was granted Crucible of the Soul. Ooh, I wonder what that is. Aloth looks at you through narrow eyes. Are you all right? You seemed lost just now. Why not? You got a funny accent. Talk. I'm a watcher. His arched eyebrows recede into his hood. Well, that is interesting. He gives you a sly grin, and I expect that's how you survived the Biowick, In any case, I appreciate your honesty. Since we're traveling together, it's probably wise for us to share these things. Do you know anything about Watchers? Only that they're rare, and they seem to have unique insights into certain soul conditions. He coughs, as you just demonstrated. But let's not talk about that. Let's continue on. Alright, we're going to talk to this
17
guy.
and a half.
What? The smell of pipe smoke, at once earthy and sweet, winds its way into your nostrils. Your eyes trace the smoke to its origin, where you find a broad man with straw-colored hair leaning against a mossy rock wall, his pipe held to his lips with one meaty hand. He looks you directly in the eye, but the look is not aggressive. He regards you with a peculiar smirk.
17 and a half. Well, could be 18, depending on how you count the dwarf woman.
I'm sorry?
The dwarf woman. You were trying to figure out whether to count her as a full person. I think you oughta.
That's racist, good sir. Racist. What are you talking
The
about?
people hanging from the tree. 18 of them. Well, last I counted, anyway.
Oh, that's terrible. Aloth frowns. Is that what you people do for fun around here? Don't think too much into it, Aloth. It'll hurt yourself.
Name's Adair. Though to the people around here, might as well be 19. Don't think I'd put you much higher than 22, 23 tops. You look like the sort that likes to get involved.
Not on purpose, okay? I'm trying my best to stay to myself, but, you know, adventure. What makes you think I'm interested in the dwarf woman? He looks at you a moment, his brow arched, and his smirk broadens.
I was smoking over here, saw you staring at her. Twice I refilled my pipe. You never so much as blinked. Your mouth was so slack I took you for a Radric at first.
Oh, that was a burn. Impossible. I don't drool half as much. Haha. So you're already familiar. Still, you'll have to forgive my curiosity. Round here, we prefer to turn a blind eye to our dead. Do you know what a watcher is?
Careful, friend. Best not use that word round here. Could be any number of Radric bootlickers within earshot. Ciphers, animancers, watchers. Same thing in the eyes of folks around here, Radric especially. They come to these parts all the time with their cures, preying on the desperate. None of them are who they claim to be.
I'm a fighter. Don't mind me.
Of course, seeing you with that funny look, I'd be halfway inclined to believe you were having some kind of communion with that dwarf. Either case, maybe I'm not 19 after all. No offense.
You think you're going to be hanged?
The town's had it in for me for a long time now. Only fellow who ever stuck up for me, well, he's number 18 up there. My headman on the farm. Used to be my captain during the war.
Why was your headman hanged? Got involved. Redrick sent men down here the other day, said they had it on good authority someone in town was working for Klosk, plotting Redrick's overthrow. Said if he didn't come forward right then and there, they'd hang every last one of us. No one was coming forward, so Swithin, that's my head man, he steps up and says it's him. They took him at his word. He sighs and shakes his head, his eyes fixed on the tree. Bound to happen sooner or later, if not for plotting against Redrick, then for protecting me. Who's Klosk? Someone who got tired of all the hangings. He's on the run now, probably will be till they catch him. Well, just gotta run faster, I guess, or trip someone slower. I didn't say that. What does your town have against you?
Pick the wrong god. That's what it comes down to. Used to be a lot of Aethys worshippers in Gilded Vale. That mess of rocks over there, that was a temple to him, to give you some idea.
Oh. Want to check it out?
Then one day, somebody named Widewind shows up on Deerwood's doorstep. Says he's the living flesh of Aethys. Got an army with him. Suddenly, Aethys isn't so popular in these parts. My brother Woden and me, neither of us believed it. No way was that Aethys. He enlisted, and then I did too. But, he didn't make it back.
Oh, my condolences, man.
After the war, people took to punishing Aethys worshippers, accusing them of treason. Got real ugly, especially after the Legacy started. Folks needed someone to blame. I was safe because I fought, but then this rumor starts that my brother, that he was on the wrong side. And I wasn't so safe anymore. Until my headman stepped in and said they'd have to hang him to get to me.
Well, too late.
Seems that's no longer a concern. Of course, the townies don't do the hanging these days, but when Raedric's men come, they got no problem doing the pointing.
You can always come with me. Aloth glances at you and lowers his voice. You can see why I was eager to leave. Well, if you're next to be hanged, what are you still doing here? He gives a half smile. Drinking, mostly. Point of fact, I'm on my way out. Just haven't figured where I'm going yet. Not a whole lot of places out there that don't think Wade Wynn's legacy started with Wade Wynn. Well, we could always travel together. Where are you headed? Some place called Cad Noir. There's an old watcher there who might be able to help me.
Seem to remember hearing something about that years ago. He tamed that place. People would seek him out for all kinds of things. Troubles of the soul, questions for the departed. Of course, that was back when you didn't have to say watcher with a hush on your breath.
Well, I don't know what you're talking about.
A man such as that, there'd be things I'd want to ask him. Don't know why I never thought of it before.
Because people are being hanged for just asking about it?
Not sure how I feel about setting out with a stranger, and a strange one at that. But truth be told, you might be the only one in town who wouldn't feel some relief seeing me swing from that tree.
I wouldn't feel it. I would be really messed up for anybody, but that's a horrible way to die. Just break your neck and suffocate. And, ugh. There's a fine reason if I ever heard one.
All right then. Guess I'll do some sightseeing. Long as you're not the one picking the sights.
I was told that I would get my own farm, my own land. I was going to have a fresh start. I never once thought when I got to the Gilded Vale there would be a tree of 17 and a half hanged people. 16 and a half. Anyways, let's get going. Let's go take a boop around. Let's go take a peek at this temple. I'm guessing the Temple of Ithis. Yep, Temple of Ithis. Cool.
I haven't been in here for, must be 5, 6 years. Used to be real nice. Bright. Warm.
Alright, well, I am going to cut it here. Thank you all for joining, and I will see you in the next episode. If you liked the content, please hit the like button and subscribe. I'll see you soon. Bye.